about that kind of thing. Is like if you wanted it to happen, it wouldn't happen. When you don't, when you're purposely trying to touch something, when you're purposely trying to touch something, then it's like, oh, I need to be able to. Okay. Hello. Ooh, look how fat I am. Let's see who is here. Who is joining? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ain't nobody here yet, but I'm saying, I don't want just for the replay value. I don't want to just be sitting here staring at the screen. So, welcome to the live. I'm Carlos. That's Lexi. That's Harley.
Harley.
Miss Patricia, I just read your comment, and different is awesome. I'm sure you're gonna watch this. So I literally just read your comment on that you just posted, that you just made on my post. So yep, difference is better. The weird thing is that people don't realize is that like nobody hires normal. Like nobody looks at you. Don't listen to if you listen to music, you don't listen to normal music. You listen to the kind of music that that excels and speaks to you and stuff like that. And, you don't watch normal movies. You don't read normal books, or like people you follow are the exceptions to the rule. They're not normal. So normal is a bad thing. Who wants to be normal?
Harley.
I don't want to be normal.
You want to be normal? But you're normal.
Harley is not normal. There's nothing normal about Harley.
Who thinks she's a human?
Who definitely thinks she's a human. She's the only one that doesn't know she's a dog. But Harley, are you? She's like, I'm a dog? What? How long have y'all known?
Can't be. You look just like my mom. Okay.
Let me tell you. So we were just watching this 2020 documentary episode or whatever. First of all, let me tell you that if I ever go missing,
stop.
If I ever go missing, y'all need to come look at Little Lexi, because she watches like those Another 48 Hours, SVU, like she watches all of that. Like early in the morning, I'm like, babe, how do you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you start watching this stuff? Like,
that's on.
I woke up this morning, she was watching. Yesterday when she went to work, she was 7 o'clock in the morning, she's watching this stuff. But we were watching this episode, and the episode is about a young lady who dated a mechanic she met for 2 weeks. And one day the lady spends the night, and she leaves for work, kisses the boyfriend goodbye, and has plans to see her to meet up later that night. And later that day, like all of a sudden the boyfriend gets a weird text message like, hey, like, can I move in? And then she disappears. The lady disappears. Like, so this lady starts stalking this guy. It just so happens that the guy's ex, apparently had went over to his apartment to pick up some belongings and happened to meet this woman. And then like the lady, the guy and the ex like start getting all these text messages. Now this lady's gone. She's disappeared. Like nobody knows where she's at. But the lady's like, from her phone number, she's getting she's getting texts saying, really hateful stuff and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And like we wanted to watch it. Like I was like, damn, we got to go on live. And so I had to look it up. I was like, I got to look it up. I got to know who it is. So we found out who it is, so I'm not going to spoil it for you, but
Quite interesting.
it was like, wow, like what's going on? It's like, wow.
Quite interesting.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. It's like, wow, this is what's going on. So it's crazy, but what's going on? Oh. I guess we're gonna have some late arrivers. Nobody's in here yet. Somebody popped in and left. Alrighty.
This holiday season?
And at. Yo.
What the?
All right, somebody's in here.
You?
Well, no, I meant somebody else.
Wait,
There's two.
You need to lower that.
Yeah, I'm going to. Hey, two people in there. Great. What's up, y'all? Who do we have with us?
Say hello.
Say hello. Say your name. Say your name.
That's the only part you know, huh?
Yeah, so something when yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the rest.
That's the only part you know. Got
it. But what's going on? We are happy that you are here. For those of you who choose to remain nameless, welcome to the live. We are rebuilding in real time, out loud, and we just wanted to share our weekly live and keep you updated with what's going on in Casa de Ones. Did anybody watch the video last night's vlog? And sorry it took so long. It came out like 3.5 hours late. So I start editing at 10 o'clock in the morning, and because it's a long video and it's shot in 4K and exported in 4K, it takes about an hour to
Honey, you're gonna
get from my program to the point where I can upload it, and then the program drops some frames. So like when I went through to check it, literally there were gaps in the video. So I had to delete it and re-export it, and it took another hour. And then once it got exported, it took an hour to upload. So yeah.
What's the whole thing?
It's a whole thing. And that's what usually happens when, I'm trying to get something out quick, fast, in a hurry. It never works out that way. So I decided that I'm going to start editing at night. And then I won't have to deal with it. Because I figured like 10 o'clock in the morning, video don't come out till 6 o'clock. Like that should be enough time, but it's not.
That's a lot of time.
That is a lot of time. So you figure it takes me 20-minute video, depending on the video, take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours to edit. And then
the exporting.
Now, if it exports one time, then it's great. Like if it exports and it's fine, but YouTube's like, well, people watch on TVs now, so it's beneficial to shoot and edit and export in 4K, so it looks the best. So I'm like, great, okay, but then that makes everything take longer. They don't tell you that it takes longer to export and then upload, and because it's it's a much bigger file. So, and then people left. Dang, you should have. Maybe you should have left it on. We could have watched it unmuted at least, and
Try to read lips.
put captions on.
I think it was on the captions. Guess this is not a good time. Huh?
Yeah, I guess 7:00 is not a good enough time for everybody. Good to know, though. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I give it to 7:30. If we're not rocking and rolling by then, I'll turn it off. But then I gave him just a few hours notice, like, because I forgot. I was like, oh shit, today's Tuesday. I didn't tell him we were going live. And then it was a whole hour early. So we'll see.
Crazy girl, what are you doing? What are you watching?
She don't know. She can't see nothing.
What are you watching?
And the thing is, I was on time. Y'all be surprised. Y'all be happy.
It was earlier and he was on time.
Yeah. And I still had an update. Like,
Charlie, but
I still had an update. So I
can't even
sat down, my
see
computer
you.
was like-
You're in my face, Mom. Oh my goodness.
and updates really matter when you go live.
Why are you so dramatic? Why are you so dramatic?
Stop. Stop. So, what they talking about?
She's been having an emotional day. This is his face. She said he asked her what she was crying about. She's like, I don't know. She said he was looking at her like that. Can't tell her that's completely normal. Unfortunately.
Y'all go through a lot of stuff when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And then there's women that want to do it repeatedly. Like, I understand once or twice, you have a boy, you have a girl, like, done, but then you want like a
Well, that was what happened to me. Like, everybody was like, oh my God, like, you're not gonna have no more. I'm like, why?
yeah, one
Like,
month.
I have a boy, I have a girl, I'm good.
No more. Finito.
I got
Who's this? Shake J. What it do, homie?
I had a taste of both. I'm good. Like,
You're the first one in here from the few. We were getting lonely. I was about to turn it off. I was like, oh wow. Maybe this was too early for everybody. But what's going on, player?
but, yeah.
What is going on? We are just chilling.
Harley's ready to drag me off this chair.
Yeah, Harley. If Lexi goes flying, it's because
Harley pulled me
Harley
off.
pulled her off.
Oh, you pulling off the strings from the thing?
How's your week, JJ? What's going on? What's popping? You just finished dinner? Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't give enough notice for this, and then Lexi really wants to watch the Knick game, so that's why we started earlier. But
Sorry, guys.
yeah, next week we'll go back. I should have gave y'all more notice. I completely forgot, so I'm sorry. That's on me. Good. Well, that's what's up. Yeah, we had a good week too. And Harley is such a diva. 7:30. I mean, we're not getting off at 7:30, but I was like, well, if we start earlier, then we can end earlier.
Well, I think 7:30 is just the pregame.
Oh.
I think the actual game starts at 8. I think. I could be wrong.
Oh, so the game is probably at
But-
8. Yeah, we good, man. We just trying to do, man. You know, exciting news. We got our first order. So Lexi is she started the pen. She can't finish it. As soon as she started it, that we realized
all the things that I'm missing.
all the things that we did not have to do it. And yeah, Lexi was off today. She was actually Tuesday is her normal day off. That's why we do the lives on Tuesday, because then she doesn't have to, work and then come home and sit in front of a camera. So, but yeah, first order, dude. Like we got it. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, Lexi sends me the invoice. Oh, it's like, oh snap, we rich.
Mm-hmm.
A glitter pen.
A whole $16. Rich.
It was a glitter pen. That's what she has. She has some cup wraps on there,
No,
but
I took them off.
oh, you took them off.
Yeah.
Well, glitter pens. That's her thing. That's what she loves to do. Is her glitter pens. And when she actually gets like heavy deep in them, you'll see content, because I'll be sharing it. 16 is better than 15, and it's a whole lot better than 0.
You right.
We are not complaining.
You right about that?
But we were excited because we was like, wow, like it took us when we first opened the Etsy store, it took us a few months to get our first sale. This one was just like a week, maybe a few days.
Yeah. We just did it. What, Wednesday?
Yeah, we did it last Wednesday, and so Monday, so a little less than a week, just a few days. So we was excited. Oh man, you'll see. I was vlogging while I was out there yesterday, and I talked about it. But it was right now it's like in the 40s, and it's been around 50 most of the day. But yesterday and early morning today, it was when we woke up this morning, it was like 19 degrees today and yesterday, and then about 1 o'clock. It got above
Sunday
freezing.
was even colder.
Yeah.
Sunday was 19, and the feels like they said it was like 3 degrees outside. Like
Vlogging, dogging. Right. I let me tell you something. Now that we're monetized, like I take my camera everywhere with me. I take my camera and I said that. I told her that years ago. I said, when I get monetized, my camera's going everywhere with me. But yeah, so I got up, and she had to go to work. So I got up at 7 in the morning, and I went out and sat I started the car. You love the cold? I can't do it no more.
I love the cold.
She loves the cold.
I prefer.
She says that.
I prefer cold than heat. Like I'll take 30. I'll deal with the 30 degrees, 20 degrees, and not have to deal with 100 degrees.
Well, we get paid. Well, first let me finish that statement. She I can't. My bones can't. Like I blew on my back years ago, and it just got worse as I got older. My knees, my ankles. So like the cold literally hurts. Like when it's too cold, it hurts. But we get paid per 1,000 videos. I mean, per 1,000 views, and I haven't had. Like that's a long form, so those are vlogs, not shorts. So shorts is a different entity, and shorts literally doesn't pay. Like 1,000 views on a short may pay like 20 cents, if that. So it's on. So the idea is like these lives and long form. So it's per 1,000 views you get like anywhere from $2 to $25. So depending on your niche and your audience determines how much. So how much of that? So ads pay this, and then YouTube takes a cut, and then you have yours what you pay. So that, like I said, it's anywhere from $2 to 25, $26, something like that, and it all depends on like your niche and your audience and stuff like that. So yeah, shorts does not pay worth a damn. Like that's why I don't understand like why people are so focused on shorts, because it so like you can have a few million subscribers, I mean views on a short, and make like 15,000 dollars. A few million long form, literally that could be, 40, $50,000, $60,000. So like it's a big difference. So shorts is more for like discovery. That's why I do shorts. And then if you notice, like if you see the short, like I always pin one of my vlogs to the short, so that hopefully somebody sees it and is like, oh, let me check. I like the short. Let me check them out, and they see the vlog or whatever. But like that's why I don't put out a lot of shorts, because it literally doesn't. Yeah, shorts literally don't they don't pay. So I mean, if you're gonna, the point to get monetized was to make money, and so there's no point to do something that is gonna pay you pennies. So, and I love doing my long form videos. I love making my stories, but like the bottleneck is editing. Like I have to sit and edit, and that takes a while.
What I saw with Sugar Rice, I'm having difficulty reading it because my glasses are like way over there.
The sugar, we didn't notice. Like we didn't notice. I had no clue. Literally, when I said it in the video, when I was editing, literally, like this is my. You can't see my lap. Well, you see, like this is the bottom part of my MacBook, and so I'm watching the video so I can edit, and I'm sitting here, and at the moment I pick it up and I turn it to look at it, and I'm like, that shit says sugar. And I'm like, and I paused it, and I'm like, I know I didn't just put sugar in this damn rice. And sure enough, I let it play, and I turn around and I'm like, I put sugar in the rice. Wow. And then the funny thing is so like obviously you can see that I zoomed in on the sugar, because I looked at it. Like I looked at it. And then the salt is a black container, black and white, ain't it? And this one was blue and white,
It's
and
just
still
they're shaped the same, and that's why.
Dude, I was like, I don't know how. So like I literally sent it to our kids, my brother. I called Lexi when I noticed it, and then she didn't answer. She was at work, and I was like, never mind, you'll see it. And she was like, huh? And I was like, don't worry, like it's nothing bad. Like you'll something in the vlog, you'll see it when you get here. And so sure enough.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you. A for effort. See? I agree. But we didn't taste it. Like we didn't taste it at all. Like I didn't know. I mean, I didn't put a lot because I thought it was salt, and I'm not a big fan of salt. But
yeah, I definitely didn't taste it. But I mean, we had beans, so the beans could have masked the taste.
And that chicken was so like I said in the vlog. So I'm chat GPT, and he's like, dude, it should be done by now. And I'm like, nah, bro, like that don't look done to me. Like I'm like, I don't know how to cook that well, but well enough. And then I'm like, I know what it looks like. I like to eat. I know what it looks like, when it's on my plate. I'm like, that don't look. So I had to wake up. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I clearly I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I just knew that something wasn't right. I was like, "There's no way this is gonna cook without burning it." So I had to. I had to wake up. Like, I mean, she came home. We got home at like, I don't know, 4:15, 4:30, and she laid down and she wound up falling asleep. So she had to get up and go to work the next morning. So I was like, well, I'll let her sleep for a little bit and then you wake up. So it was 7 o'clock. So it was time for her to wake up anyway. But uh, he says I will get there one day.
Oh, he will. I have faith.
Yeah. So
I told him to keep doing it, keep trying. There's nothing wrong with it. And something gets messed up, we'll figure it out, or we'll eat something else. It doesn't matter. It's cool. I'm okay with it. Like, it's not a problem.
yeah, like it was. I was trying. I was like, I was like, I'm like, dude, I've built engines, bro. Like I've literally put engines together. Like I'm gonna fry some damn chicken.
When I saw that thick ass piece of chicken in the frying pan, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I wanted to laugh, but I didn't want to make him feel bad because it was, again, A for effort. Like, he was trying. He was doing me a favor because I get up and I'm the one that cooks. So I was like, it's all right. He was like, really? I didn't do it right. I'm like, it's okay. Like, I got it. I'm gonna fix it and we're gonna eat. It's gonna be okay.
She doesn't have a lot of patience for certain things, but for others, like like I said, I was trying to help, so she understood.
For the most part, I have patience.
I'm not a sports fan. Like, I like my teams. And I'll watch, my team's games once in a while, but I'm not a sports fan, and I just feel like people take that. I feel like men in general like take that crap way too serious, and I don't. I'm like, none of them fools paying my bill. Like the whole Jordan LeBron GOAT debate, like people literally arguing. I'm like, ain't none of them billionaires paying my damn bills for me to be arguing on their behalf. So I'm like, I don't even. So, but she likes basketball, and it's something. Our son likes basketball, so it's kind of like a bonding thing for them. They get to.
So even though we're not in the same state, we watch the game together, and we text each other throughout the game, and so that's our moment.
Football, football's a lot of heartache for me. If you're talking about the NFL and not soccer, the NFL, I've been a Jets fan for like, I don't know, 35 years, and it's been
a rough 35 years.
It's been a rough. Part of my PTSD is because of the Jets. Tennis, I used to work at the US Open. And tennis is one of those, I can't do it now, I'll break something, but tennis was one of those things that I don't know if you're familiar with handball, like the New York City. I only seen it in New York City like this, but like handball, or some people call it wall ball. And because I was really good at that, I always thought, I was like, I think I could play tennis. I think I can do it, but I never tried. But I used to work at the U.S. Open with Arthur. So like I met the Williams, Serena and Venus, back when they had the white. And they're not pearls, but the little beads in their hair when they had the white beads before they blew up, before Serena was the GOAT. I met quite a Martina Hingis and I met the Generation X. I know those are not tennis players, but they were there that day. So yeah. And yes, the Jets are rough is
understatement.
An understatement. I think rough is like putting it nicely. And then the best quarterback we done had in my lifetime has an assault charge on him now. And so, yeah, so that, there goes that tarnished reputation. Not that he had a good one anyway, because he literally ran into his own player's ass, but, now he has an assault charge on him. His dumb self.
I've always liked basketball. My entire life has been more of baseball. I grew up on baseball. I'm a Yankee fan at heart, die hard.
Yes, we're Yankee fans. But her first husband and best friend was like a huge basketball fan, so and they kind of grew up together. So like that was that was a everyday occurrence. And then when when our son like got when he became of age, he started watching basketball. So it's just kind of something that stuck with her. So literally one day we were stressed and we were in the hotel, and this was this past playoff season, and there was nothing else to do or whatever. So literally, she turned on the game and started watching it, and it just kind of. Now I hear her screaming and stuff. The other day I was going to the bathroom and all I heard is yeah, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" And it was her in the living room. Something happened. I was like, I ain't mad because when the Jets play, I be screaming both good and bad.
Be all into it.
Yeah, so. No, he's not. He's not my. Well, he's not no longer with us. But I mean, we weren't. I didn't know him like that. I met him a couple times, but I wouldn't say we were friends. Like we just had a mutual love for the same people. Her first husband was her best friend growing up. Like they wound up becoming really good friends. So when we met, I met him, and he it's her son's. That was her. That gentleman is her kid's father, and so yeah. So now, just so you know, there was an 8-year relationship between her first husband and me. So it wasn't like she left, they broke up and then I started. There was like an 8-year marriage in between. But yeah, they were childhood friends. They kind of grew up together and then
We
had
children
then they
together.
had kids and
then we grew up and realized that we were better as best friends, and
they remain friends, which I think is awesome. Like
we
that's
were the best of friends until God decided that He needed him.
they were they were they were really good friends, which I think is awesome because you have to kind of respect each other when you have kids. Like if it's really about the kids, then you do what you're supposed to do for the sake of your children, and that's what they did. So and it just they just wound up staying that way, which didn't bother me at all.
I did not play any sports growing up. Nope. I was a true girly girl. Yeah. Nope. Sports was just not. Watch it, yes, but play, no. It was never my thing. However, my kids growing up were into sports.
Yeah, even our daughter, like
she was into fencing. She was into basketball, like softball. My son was into basketball, softball, baseball. Like it was, yeah.
Our daughter she's feminine, but like her mentality, she's a boy with female parts. Like she's like when we first met, when we got to North Carolina together, Tori is her name, and she came to work for me at Jiffy Lube in one of my stores. And she wound up liking it. Like I went in there, I was like, look, like I told her, I was like, you're not getting any special treatment because I was the district manager. I was like, you're not getting any special treatment. Like, like you're gonna have to pull your own way. And like I don't want nobody to say that. And I wasn't trying to be rough with her for the sake of being rough, but I didn't want nobody to say, well, she's the boss's daughter, so that's why she's getting what she gets. So like literally, I worked her harder than I did any other employee, and when she liked it enough to where she wanted to make it on her own merit, like she had to leave my district because again, like
it was always Carlos' daughter.
Yeah, it was always.
She was never referred to by Tori. It was always Carlos' daughter.
She moved to the area that we are all in now. She moved to Fayetteville, and she got in there. And she made a name for herself, but again, her boss at the time, like just nothing she did, was ever on her own merit. It was always because she was my daughter. And then instead of like not instead of it, keeping it on the DL, like he went and told everybody. So it kind of screwed things up. Like her boss kind of like screwed up
What would have been her career?
what would have been her career, because she was really good at it. She was really good at it. Like I tell you, thank you, JJ. Yeah, like I wanted her, to be on her own merit and do her own thing. I didn't want her to, do it on the strength of my reputation. I wanted her to be her own, so that everything she earned, it was because she earned it. It was hers, But yeah, it's like she wound up. My daughter knows how to change oil. She knows how to do brakes. She could do, simple maintenance on her car, like light bulbs and tire rotations and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, her car, there was one time she had an old Nissan, and she needed brakes, and so I literally, she came to my shop. She came to one of my stores where I had an extra bay, and I went and we went to the parts store. I bought the brakes and everything she needed, and I put her in the shop, and she literally changed her own brakes. I gave her, give her everything she needed, the tools, the lift, everything, and here's the parts. And she sat there and she put her own brakes on. She did her own brakes. Yeah. He's doing all right, man. Like he is asking about Gronk. Oh, you can see now. She got glasses. She texted us, or she texted me later that night, and she was like, Gronk was literally slept all day. Like she gave him food when I left, and then like he had been in and out of sleep all day. When I'll show you the picture. I'll put it in the next vlog so you can see the picture that she sent me. Like he's literally laying on the couch with his tongue sticking out, looking like he hadn't slept in 3 days, in which
because he didn't.
Like I would wake up, I'll roll over, I'll open my eyes, and he'd be standing in there, or I get up to go to the bathroom and he's standing there, and I'm like, dude, like, and then at 7:00 in the morning, he's barking at people walking by. Like I was like, clearly he's not happy. So.
Yeah, his anxiety was.
Yeah, his anxiety is really bad.
Bad.
It's really bad. So he was not a happy camper.
So day trips only from now on.
Yeah, and I only took him because that wasn't the first time that I had taken him. Like he's been, I've taken him plenty of times. We've had him for the whole weekend and stuff, but. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He was miserable. So, hi, Harley. So, what's the week look like for you, JJ? What's going on? Anything big this week?
What are you doing for the holidays?
Yeah, what are you doing for the holidays, dude? I don't think he's in here. Oh, there he goes. Oh, no, because Lexi has to work. So I'm just gonna be, vlogging. I'm gonna be working, from home. He said nothing special. So I'm gonna be working, vlogging, and then just cleaning up and stuff, and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner, and then that's it. So Lexi, Thursday I have an appointment, so I'll be going to work with Lexi because my appointment is with the VA in Sanford. And then nothing. Friday, like Lexi luckily is off this whole weekend, so that's great. So, just so you know, Tuesday, we're gonna be running around with our daughter and hanging and banging. So we're not, rather than, cut our family time short so we can come live, we're gonna, have some family time with her and hang out with her and AJ. And then, so we're gonna go, instead of next Tuesday going live, we're gonna go live on Sunday at 4:00. So I'll put out I'll put out a community post so you guys can see it. But if you're available, we'd love to have you. Hey, Monica. Monica, you're the one that asked me about the editing software, if I'm not mistaken, right? But Lexi is an assistant manager at a storage facility, and we're in North Carolina. You won't be home? Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, hopefully you can catch the replay. But yeah, we're in North Carolina. Where are you at, Monica? What state you're in? I hope my advice helped you. I was so on it. I was like, somebody's asking me technical advice. Like, holy crap!
He was very, very
like literally. When she came home, I was like, babe, somebody messaged me and was asking me what editing software I think she should use. I was like, oh, you're in Cali. Nice. Your governor is awesome, by the way. Let me just say.
I hope you like him.
I hope you like him because we like him. That's our governor.
And we live in North Carolina.
And we live in North Carolina. I love me some Newsom. Oh, is that his name, Newsom? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like I was like, somebody asked me. I was like, I'm somebody on YouTube now. I should make a whole video. This is the editing software. I think, no.
Well, why you want to hold?
But literally, like editing software, like at least the ones that I named you, like they're once you know what you're looking for, like they may be in different spots or they may have, but literally it's all the same. It's all the same stuff. Like moving from Filmora to Final Cut Pro, like I mean, I picked it up by my second edit. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with it. Like it, I mean, and you only keep in mind, like you only know what you know. So like, you can watch editing software, like videos and stuff like that, and they're going to show you like some fancy tricks and stuff that you can do. But if your content doesn't fit that, like you'll never, I saw.
Yes, do an editing tutorial.
I'm not that good of an editor. But like if your editing does, so I can show you stuff, but literally like if your content doesn't fit that, then it's just a waste of time. So like what you need to know is like how to put transitions, how to splice and add music and stuff like that, like the very basics. And then everything else, when you come to it that you're like, oh, I want to do that, then literally I look it up or I chat GPT. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do this. How do I do that? And because everybody's editing videos are, like I said, they'll show you stuff that you be like, dude, like I don't make that kind of content to do that. And then it also depends on who your audience is. Like if you have a young audience, then yeah, the fancier the editing, the better. When you have an older audience like mine, and I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say that, but when you have a more mature audience, like my audience don't want to see all that extra, like you can keep it simple, and stuff like that. But so it all depends on the type of content you make and the people, your audience. So I think watching video tutorials on editing is just a waste of time. My personal opinion. Like I think best way to learn is just get in there and just start doing stuff. And when you need something specific, then you look that up. And okay, how do I do this? And
ChatGPT can be your best friend.
Yeah, ChatGPT, your best friend. Like I've watched hours of editing videos that I'm like, I'm never gonna do that. So and then, like I said, it's just get in there and just do your thing. So but it's not hard at all. I don't think so. And then, you watch, luckily for me, I watch my daughter, who is an awesome editor. So like my inspiration from my editing styles, like a lot like hers. Like I've like evolved a little since then, but like the core is it's the same. And then so I watched a little, of what I watched a lot of what she did, and then I see what other people do that I'm like, oh, that's dope. I want to try that. And then, like I said, I look it up. I'm like, hey, how do I do? This is what I'm trying to do. How do I do that? And
You want to do the live for next week instead on Monday?
I mean, we can do it Monday. I'm
working Stanford, but if you're not starting till 8, then
I'm. It's up to you. Like I'm okay. I don't have nowhere to go the next morning, so
if we do it Monday, I don't have nowhere to go to.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I just suggested that because you're coming home from work, and I didn't want you to have to eat and then sit in front of a camera and.
But I'm off the next day, so.
I mean, even if you don't want to be on camera, you just wear a mic and you can, you don't have to sit on camera. You can just wear a mic so when you want to respond, they can hear you. I mean,
Yeah, I think maybe Monday will be better. Sundays usually people use, it's family time.
Yeah. Okay, so Monday, 8:00, we're gonna go live then.
Yeah.
It's just Tuesday. We're gonna be, like I said, with our daughter, and we want to spend that time with her. Yeah, it'll be Monday, 8:00. Final answer.
Yeah. Because if we do Sunday, I work Monday.
So Monday night, Tuesday she doesn't work, so we can do it Monday
so if
night.
I do it Monday, I don't have to worry about.
I don't want her to have to come home and then be like, damn, now I gotta sit in front of a camera for an hour. So you want to come home, eat, and relax after work.
If I had to work the next day, then I probably would have been like,
The apartment is great, dude. Like I'm loving how small it is. Like at first, when you come from a bigger house, a bigger place, and you go into something small, it's kind of like I was like, that kind of sucks. We had this much space, but like really, like I said to you, and like I said to you guys in that vlog, like really, you really get to appreciate and realize like how little you need to make you happy. Like we are like I'm completely comfortable like that. There's nothing other than living in an actual apartment as opposed to a house. Like that's the biggest difference, because
I love being in my apartment. I love sitting on my couch.
Yeah, but being here and like it's awesome. Like I don't
definitely feels like home.
Yeah, like I have no complaints, so we're grateful.
And it's coming along.
So Monica, how long have you before the editing person? How long have you been with us? And so what do you think so far? I would love to hear your thoughts on the content in our channel and stuff like that. Like, what do you think? JJ wants to know house management.
Sucks. It sucks, JJ. It really does. It's I fought for many years when I came to North Carolina.
Oh, really? I'm sorry, Jay. I'll have to look that up.
To not be into management, and I didn't want to because
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that on purpose.
What?
He said he commented and I didn't see it.
Oh.
I didn't respond.
I
had to look that up. I will.
So it is just, gracefully, I don't manage people. It's just a property manager and me, the assistant manager. So I'm not actually like managing people, but management period is just, they expect so much for so little, and it's like, well, you have the title, you have assistant manager title, so you should be doing this and that. And it's like, it's still not enough. Like, but you got to work, right? You got to do what you got to do.
When I was when she came down to North Carolina, she had already been in management for almost 10 years. And I had only at that time, I had only been in management maybe 2.5. So when we first moved down, she was like, I don't want to manage people. Like she's like, I don't want to do
I
it.
did not want to.
And I didn't understand. And it was because again, I was just getting into it. And after I can tell you that after almost 15 years, like I don't know if I ever want to manage people again. Like I say that I want to grow a business and stuff like that, but I don't know if I want to grow a business to the point where like I have employees and stuff like it's a lot.
Hard.
It's a lot. There's a lot that you have to deal with.
I mean, and when I was managing in New York, I was managing employees that were unionized, and it was hard. It was really hard. It was rough. And when we left, I knew I did not want to be in management. I didn't want to supervise. I didn't want to manage people. It wasn't for me. Like I couldn't deal with people anymore like that.
Yeah, JJ, like it just you have people that don't appreciate what you do for them when you do it. No matter what it is, it's never enough, and people play games and like it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean,
so when I got here,
thank you, Monica.
When we got here, I want to say maybe like a year later, I started working for the Department of Motor Vehicles here in North Carolina for the state. And
that's the first time she said that online, by the way.
Yeah, well, I don't work for them anymore, so I can say what I want. I'm not under contract anymore. And so I was a driver's license examiner, and for 5 years, I fought because I felt like, I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can manage my own office, and I wanted to do it. And I wasn't given the opportunity. Every time that I went for that opportunity, I was turned away. It was like, oh no, well, this person has been here for 20 years, so we're giving it to that person. Well, this person has been here for 15 years, so we're giving it to that person. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm over it.
And now, mind you, when she got hired, her boss like filled her head with all this crap that, he's got plans for her and this and that. And yeah, it's just, they say what they say.
They say, to get you. And, but I went for several positions higher than mine, as a driver's license examiner, and nothing ever came of it. So when when I started my small business and it started flourishing, I was like, you know what? I'm out. Here's my resignation. I'm done.
There's something, I mean, don't get me wrong. We don't run Fortune 500 companies or nothing like that. But there's something so freeing about being your own boss and doing your own thing and stuff like that. Like it just.
Yeah, JJ, I would have to agree. So I went when we got to Florida and we realized that the small business wasn't moving and that we were going to have to get jobs so that we could survive. I put an application for a driver's license examiner in Florida, and when they called me back to offer me the position, I couldn't do it. I just started replaying all the things that I had went through. And at the same time, I got offered a work from home position, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking the work from home. Like, I'm not going back to the DMV. I don't care what state it is. It's bad. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, like I said, just when you're managing and responsible, like it's if you've never done it, like it has. Don't get me wrong. Like I've managed some good people, and I've made some great relationships and
absolutely
and stuff. But overall, like it's doing, and then you're doing it for for somebody else's company and stuff. Like there's a lot. It's a lot, and
so I just. I said I didn't want anything to do with management again. Like I don't want to, because it's just a lot. They expect so much, and it's like it's just expected because you have the title and you don't get the appreciation and the acknowledgement. And I'm just like I'm not 20 years old. I'm 50 years old. I ain't got time for all that nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. Like it gets old and it's a lot. Like
I was definitely like, hell no, I don't care what state we're in, I'm not going to become another driver's license examiner. I put in for the position just because, you know, it was part of putting in applications for the state of Florida. But they were the ones that called me back, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
she's literally she has a bone, and she's
talking to the bone.
Yeah.
She's enjoying the bone. That's her enjoying the bone.
She was in heaven all day today because mommy and daddy were home, and Harley loves when we're all together. Like if it was up to her, we'd never leave alone. We'd never separate, any of us. But she doesn't really understand that she's our biggest bill. So
she is salivating.
Yeah, she is. She is salivating, literally.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, so that's why, you know, we're pushing to do what we want to do. Like, you know, the shop was going great until we pivoted, but we never pivoted. Like the shop was going great. It was doing well. It was growing. You know, we just decided to pivot at the wrong time to do the wrong thing, and
it was chasing money. You know,
yeah.
It's like, oh my god, like people are making so much money over this. We should do it, and it just, it was a fail. But you learn, you live and you learn.
Yeah, but we literally had to learn. So and it just proved the point that, you know, we had the store open for a few days and already got our first sale. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. We don't know if we want to stay here in NC, but we are definitely not leaving NC ever again.
Ever.
Like we love NC. We love the country life. We love you know, the scenery is beautiful, and like it just everything. Going to Florida was a mistake. Like it was it was a mistake.
It was out. You know, we were going through stuff, and it was all we had was, you know, to go with our son because that was what we had available to us, and we had to go. Like it was just, that's what it was. Gracefully, we did have that to go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was in Florida, but that was what we had, and
he said ew. Florida, ew. I mean, Florida was beautiful, like the beach and stuff, and then, you know, we got to you know, spend time with our son and
my grandson
and our grandson and stuff. So like that part of it, but like as far as like where we wanted to be and what we wanted to do, like it was a mistake. We should have sold our house and found somewhere else to live within North Carolina. But at the time, like I said, I was going through stuff mentally. Like I was dealing with burnout. I was dealing with, you know, everything I had gone through in my childhood and trauma and stuff like that. Like I was dealing, like was just learning about this stuff. So I was dealing with it. And then I had a really big fallout with my mom. So I was dealing with that. And it was just like, I need to get out of here. Like I need to go. Like I need to get away from here. And so we did. She didn't want to go. I convinced her to go. And she never looked at me and said, I told you so, but I know she wanted to. So we but when we had an opportunity come, so we're in the hotel, and I had made a video talking about what we were going through and stuff, and our kids saw it, our daughter saw it, and she called mom and was like, you know, long story short, she was like, come back, like you can stay with me, you know, till you get on your feet or whatever. So Lexi was telling her, well, you know, I need to find out, you know, I need to say what Carlos wants, because I, you know, the whole time for the first few months, like I wanted to be in Florida, like I wanted to be there. So she was like, let me talk to him and see what he wants to do. And when she came and told me, she was like, you know, Tori offered for us to come back to North Carolina. I was like, we can leave today. We can leave right now. I was like, screw Florida. Like, we can go right now. And we would have left, but two reasons we didn't leave. One, Lexi had a really good relationship with her boss. and her boss was already scheduled to take time off, and she didn't want to do that to her boss. And then the second thing is we didn't have the money that day to leave. But if those two things were,
Oh yeah, if she wasn't scheduled for vacation that I had to cover her, like I would have left.
yeah, we would have left. We would have
And
packed
she
up.
would have understood, but
We would have, yeah,
I
because she
couldn't-
was
I
a
couldn't do that.
beautiful person,
I
or
couldn't-
she is a beautiful
I
person.
couldn't do that to her. So I waited it out, and then I left. We left.
Mine are separated, but I'm estranged from both of them. And Lexi, my mother-in-law, is still alive and kicking, and but my father-in-law isn't.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there was no way. And when we got here, I vlogged that whole video. I vlogged the whole trip, and I was like when we got to my daughter's, we got here July 4th.
4th of July.
The 4th of July, that's when we got back to North Carolina this year. And in that video, when we got there, I was like, we are never leaving again. Oh, and then let me tell you, dudes, like 45 minutes into it, we got a flat. So,
and it's midnight.
and it's like 11:30 at night. So first of all, we had no money to stop and buy a tire. My tires on that car were like $100-something a piece. And then it was like 11:30 at night. So even if we had the money, there was nothing open. So I'm driving down the road. And I'm like, something's not right. My tire light came on, and initially I thought it was just low, but I was like, doesn't feel right. So I pull over, and sure enough, it's a full-blown flat. My spare tire, my donut, is in the trunk underneath everything we just packed. So now
the trunk was like you couldn't even open without shit falling out.
So now we're in, I don't even know if it was a gas station or whatever, but we're on the side of the road. We're in a gas station type place. And now I'm pissed. I'm like, dude, like we literally have to unpack the trunk just to get to the donut. So we did it, got the donut, and then now I'm frustrated because it's 11:30 at night. I'm tired. We got 12 hours to go, and I have to change this tire the old-fashioned way. As a technician, I'm used to putting a car in a lift with the impact gun, zip, 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 zip. Literally, I'm on my hands and knees. So mind you, I'm trying to break the lug nuts, right? 5 minutes go by, and my frustration, I'm cursing, I'm yelling, I'm sweaty, and I realize that I'm going the wrong direction. I'm tightening them instead of loosening them. So I get everything switched. We get everything switched. And the whole plan was, she was like, if you drive, she didn't want to drive in Florida. So she was like, if you get us out of Florida and get us to Georgia, get through Georgia, like come north, South Carolina, I'll drive the rest of the way. So I was like, bet, like that's what she's comfortable. That's what we're going to do. At this point, I'm like, I don't know how much you know about cars, but donuts are not made to drive 70 miles an hour for hours on end.
For 500 miles.
Yeah, I did post this. Right. So a donut's not made to go that long and that far, that fast. So now I'm like, she can't drive. Like, there's no way I'm comfortable with her driving. Like, if something happens, she's going to panic and not know what to do, and it's going to be bad. So the whole time I'm like, please, Jesus, God, please get us there on this donut. Like
just get us.
Like, just get us there. Like, please, oh my God. Like, and
it felt like that was trying to hold us back to stay in Florida. Like, let's see what they do. Let's see how this, if it breaks them or they just keep moving forward.
I was like,
and we just kept going forward.
I was like, God, please get us there. Like, and when we got that car, didn't move again.
Yeah,
like
we got here. That's it. It was
that car. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I called the loan company because I couldn't afford to pay it. Like, I was already backed up. I couldn't have no insurance. I didn't have no registration. Like, I was like, I told them, I was like, yeah, come get this, because yeah. But yeah, so it got there. I was like, thank you, God, like, oh my God. But yeah, I didn't let her drive. I was like, there's no way. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let her drive. And God forbid something happened while she's behind the wheel. I was like, no, she'll never want to drive again. So I was like, I'll just drive. And I'm now, JJ, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, to myself, I'm like scared. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I'm not showing her that. Like, I didn't mention it at all. Like, she was like, you want me to drive? I'm like, no, I got it. And I just kept on going. But when we got here is when I told her, I was like, yeah, I was scared as hell. Like, I was scared as hell. That donut wasn't meant to go that far, that fast. I mean, it was, but still, like, I'd rather, if something was gonna happen, I'd rather, with me behind the wheel than with her.
Yeah, it was definitely,
like I said, she would have freaked out, she would have panicked, and it would have been worse. So, I have years of experience driving compared to her, like, so I was like, something happens, I'll be behind the wheel. But yeah, I was scared. Like, I was so nervous, but we made it. God kept us on the road. He kept us alive, and
we made it here.
And we made it. So it was great. It was great. So we were very, very, very thankful. So, but that was a bad.
That was an adventure.
That was that was. I was so scared. Every time we stopped, I'm looking at Donut, like, talking to it, like, come on, boy, like,
just get us there.
Come on. I hate that we lost that car because she was such a good car. Like, she got us through a lot. That car, like, got us through a lot. So it sucks that we lost it, but I got tired of getting the emails like, hey, I'm like, so finally I responded. I was like, here's where the car is. Our current car, other than the fact that I want to kick the driver's door in every time I get into it, she's fine. Like, I mean, it needs some love. It needs some tender care, it needs some attention. Like, it needs an oil change that we just haven't had the money for. And we replaced 3 of the 4 tires. So one tire still needs to be replaced. But those things cost money. So, but the driver's door, the latch is really loose. So literally the latch close, like when you open the handle when you lift the handle on the outside, the latch closes, and it does it every time you open it. So if you're not paying attention and you go to get in the car, it won't close because the latch is down. And I don't know how many times I've lifted manually the latch, get in the car to sit in, and then it's still, I have to get out. Like, she'll tell you, like, I get so mad. But I mean, I know, but all changes cost money. So I mean, it's on the on the agenda.
It's on the to-do list.
It's on the to-do list, but
that and the tire, because it's what keeps us moving.
That and the tire, but I mean, I would do it myself, but it would literally what I'd have to buy to be able to do it myself would cost the same much as taking it to a shop to get it. There's literally a mechanic shop like damn near right across the street from us. So like the plan is that when I have the money to do it.
What do we have there?
It's a Precision Tune.
Precision Tune.
Yeah, so literally when I have the money to do it, huh?
I get them all confused.
When I have the money to do it, like I'm literally gonna go right across the street and then walk back home and just tell them call me when it's ready to pick up. But so I was hoping that my AdSense, that I'd have enough money, that I'd make some money for AdSense right now, so that I can be able to do it. But
what are you doing, Harley? What's back there?
Yeah, so the money I have been getting, we've been like buying groceries, and like I was able to pay the electricity bill, put gas in the car and stuff like that. So it's been going for good use, but there's been more pressing things that needed to get done. That so the last time I made some money, like I came out here, and was like, what can I pay? Like, what can
And the cable and the light were due.
yeah. So
Yes.
she was like, well, this is this much, and I literally sent it to her. And I was like, yeah, like pay whatever you can pay, and which I'm not ungrateful or disappointed that I had to do that. It felt good that that I can do
He
that.
was so proud of himself that he even told the kids he did that.
Yeah, I even told our daughter, I was like, I was able to pay the electricity bill. But I was like, whatever we could pay for that, So I'm gonna say it like this: every auto shop is a legit shop, and every auto shop is a bad shop. That's just the truth. I mean, there are, Precision Tune, just like Jiffy Lube, is a big chain countrywide, and if you go to a good store in a good franchise ran by a good manager, you'll have a great experience, and you'll say, that place is great. If you go in there and it's a crappy franchise ran by a crappy manager, then you're gonna have a bad experience, and then you'll be like, well, this place sucks. So I mean, everywhere you go, that's a question as a mechanic I used to get a lot. Well, what's a good, honest place? They're all honest, and they're all dishonest. It just literally depends on who you deal with. I ran my Jiffy Lubes. I used to tell my guys all the time, look, don't lie, cheat, or steal. Like, I don't want to be a part of any of that. Let's make sure that we do training. Let's make sure that, we do our best to do stuff right. Does that mean that stuff still didn't happen? Yeah, stuff still happened. Like, I still had, we still had thieves in our stores, and we still had people that didn't do stuff right and caused damage and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, that's mechanic. I'm sure that's every business in the whole, but it literally is. So I don't know. I mean, Precision Tune could be good. I could tell you the ones in Greenville, the Precision Tunes that used to be near my Jiffy Lubes, I used to get complaints from those stores all the time from customers. I took my car over there and they didn't do this, or they did this, and but I'm sure that they probably heard that same kind of thing from the other direction. So it all depends. Yeah, that literally is. It literally is. So it just depends. It depends on who you get and who you're dealing with. Like, there's dishonest people in every shop, and if you just happen to get that dishonest person, that's the experience you're gonna have. You know what I mean? So, like I had 10 managers. I managed 10 stores as a district manager. Most of them were great. Most of them, I had some really top tier managers, and then I had some, managers, that I had some stores where I was always replacing managers. So I mean, it just, that's just the game. You know what I mean? So. Dylan, my protege, who took my spot, like he was an A1 manager. Does that mean that nothing ever happened in his store? No, because he had moments too that I wanted to slap him upside his head, but overall he was a good manager. Like he was a great manager. Just some people don't take it as serious as others, and some people are dishonest, and it is and all you can do is deal with it the best way you can. But so Precision Tune can be good, but I won't know if that one is good until I get there. So, and the only reason why I'm going to go there is because there are 2 Jiffy Lubes on the road that we live on, but excuse my language when I say fuck that franchise, because like I said, when they took over. They literally took money from me and try to play it off like I was getting a raise. So Hey, Alice. They took $30,000 from me, and then he's like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you 75," and I'm like, he's like, "Just don't tell nobody." I'm like, "I make 100 now." Like, I'm like, "What are you talking about? I make over 100 grand now," and yeah, so I refuse to take my car there. Am I a pushover? No, hell no. I've been doing it for too long. I've been working on cars since what's just almost 2026. I've been working on cars since at least 03, 04. And so no, I don't. I watch everything. I am. Let me tell you something. She'll vouch. I am the worst customer. I am. I am not a good customer. Like I don't go in there. I'm not a Karen or whatever they call men, but like I watch. I pay attention. Like I make sure that I'm getting what I'm supposed to be getting. So, and I don't play like you can't. I'm unsellable. Like you can't sell to me. Like I go in there with an idea. This is what I'm going to spend. This is what I'm going to get, and that's it. I don't know. What do you mean? I had all this money. I mean, I made good money where I was at, but I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't know if I would say I had all this money.
When you consider taxes, it's not.
Yeah, when you consider taxes, I paid my fair share in taxes.
The more you make, the more they say.
I earned over 100 grand. I didn't come home with over 100 grand. Oh yeah, definitely. I make sure, especially in the mechanic world, because again, I know what I'm talking about, and I know that they're dishonest, mechanics that try to tell you stuff, and they know people don't know, so they try. Some like for instance, when I first walked into a Jiffy Lube as an employee, we had an employee at the store, my very first one, and I don't know if you know what a cabin filter is, but it's literally a filter that filters the air from your AC, like the filter in your wall in your house. And he had a really bad looking one that he kept underneath the counter. And every customer that he did a service review to, he would show them that filter, even ones that didn't sell it. Excuse me, even ones that didn't have, even for cars that didn't have a cabin filter, because older ones didn't have it. And the boss was completely okay with it. Yeah, so and the boss was completely okay with it. So like, yeah, exactly. So I'm not. I just I pay attention. So I'm not that kind of guy. Like I watch, and I'm like, you're gonna okay. My brakes need to be done. Okay, show me take me to my car and show me my brakes, and I'll know. And I'll know. You know, and I do it, and I teach Lexi the basics so that she don't need to be a full blown mechanic, but she can at least know enough to where she can make a decision on her own if she has to. So you know, I'm like because again, that this it's sad that you have to do it that way, but there's dishonest people everywhere you go, and I mean I know that we're all in the business. Nobody works to not make money. We're all here to make money, but you know I'm okay with you making money, but
not at the cost of taking from somebody else unnecessarily.
Yeah, exactly. So, sometimes, it's like, does it need to be done now? Or is that something that I just need to put, in my mind? Oh yeah, people can do it, but you'd be surprised how many people don't. You'd be surprised how many people don't want to. Some people just don't want to. Some people are like, I'll just take it to and let somebody do it. And then some people get intimidated by cars. They're like, so there's a lot of people that don't, and those are the people that usually get taken advantage of. Oh yeah, because the cabin filter these days, like a cheap one is like $20. Um, and then some of them now are like 50 and $60. And then at Jiffy Lube, we don't charge labor, but oh, we didn't charge labor, but if you go to like a dealership, they charge you for the filter and then they charge you another $30-$40 just to put it in. So I'm like, I can go to the parts store and buy it myself and put it in myself. But yeah, everything you can do. This is 2026 in a few weeks. Like there's literally YouTube is not just for vlogs and lifestyle content. Like you literally go on YouTube and see and pretty much figure out everything. If you're willing to take the time, let me tell you something. My brother-in-law will fix anything himself. Like he'll hop his ass right on YouTube and be like he was repairing his garage door,
Yeah.
the opener and stuff. Like the last time we were there, like if you got the patience and you understand, the basics on how things work, like you literally do anything yourself.
Yep.
You literally do anything yourself. It's just a matter if you have the time and the patience to do it. Some things I do, some things I don't. Some things I'm like, that's just too much of a headache. I'll just pay somebody to do it. And then other times I'm like, no, I got it. I'll do it myself. So, that's just the way, it's just a matter of, like I said, if you have the patience and the availability to do it. I live in an apartment complex, so I can't change my own oil here. Like they don't, anything with fluids and stuff like that, it's a environmental hazard, so they don't allow you to do it. I mean, if I had what I needed to do it, I would probably still do it, but like I said, I would have to literally buy everything I need, and at that point, I might as well take it somewhere to get it done. No doubt, AJ. So, but so that's what that's where we're at, and we're trying to get to the point where, like I said, we got the store running now, which is available. It'll be linked below if you want to check out. We only got one product up there for right now, but
talk about the other place.
What, Etsy? Yeah, you can talk about Etsy.
No, I was asking because you said there's only one product, but on Etsy there's way more than that.
Oh, well, then look, if you go to our Etsy store, which will be linked in the description below, there's a bunch of stuff on there too. You can check it out and see if there's anything that meets your fancy.
I haven't updated the website yet, but the Etsy shop is pretty much has everything.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff is there. And then, I have things that I offer, like my coaching and stuff like that I do, and so hoping that transitions into something at some point, and so it's about when you can't find a job, and then jobs not people put so much emphasis on jobs, but jobs are not like they used to be 20 years ago. Like people now with AI and people forcing, California earlier this year raised the minimum wage to what, $20, something like that.
I think so.
Or they made companies pay. So I don't know what they did, but they increased the wage, and then so companies started. They were like, okay, well, they started firing people. They started laying people off. So it's not forcing companies to increase their minimum wage doesn't guarantee that you're going to have a job. Those CEOs, those people in the higher place, they want to make their profit margins. They want to make what they're going to make. And if you think that they're going to sacrifice themselves for the benefit of you so that you can pay your rent, like you mistaken. Like, they want to keep their mansions, driving their BMWs and Ferraris and stuff like that. They don't care if you can pay your rent.
Are you struggling?
They don't care that you got car notes and need an oil change and stuff like that. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. So, you gotta. I'm like, well, I'm gonna find ways to. Now, I was talking to our son yesterday, and he was like, I'm trying to find a way to, make some extra money and stuff like that. and he's a day trader, and he does, he does. He's not rich, but he does, pretty damn good. And but still, like everything's expensive, you know. 20 years ago, this apartment would have went for like $600-700. Like we pay almost $1,000 for us, like everything is expensive. So if you're relying on just your 9 to 5 income, then you're one step closer to poverty. You know what I mean? Like it is very hard. I don't know if you want me to call you Nintendo or Do Light but it is very hard, man, to find a job. Like I've been struggling to find a job for almost more than 2 years now. And I've applied constantly. She's applied for me. Like, and there'd be times that I don't even get acknowledged that I applied. Like I don't get responded to. There's been times where I've gone on like 3 and 4 rounds of worth of interviews and then get ghosted. Like, and when I always thought, with the experience I have, I'll be like, oh, I get a job easy. And so you have to find something that you're good at, that you can do and start it. And it takes time, but I mean, if you can't find a job anyway, then
at least you occupy your time.
Right. This YouTube channel is not, I'm monetized now, thank God. But, I want to always monetize, and people look at me crazy. Well, you put a lot of effort into that. Well, you need to find a job. Well, I'm looking for a job. And at the moment a job comes, then I'll do that. But until a job comes, I'm going to keep doing this until something's going to give. Either this channel is going to blow up tomorrow or I'm going to get a good job and, you know what I'm saying? But something, you know what I mean? You can't just sit and not do anything. Right. And that's why I try to tell, I've been saying that for a while. Like times are different, man. Like it ain't like it used to be. You can't just
walk into a place and be like, hey, I'm looking for work, and they're like, oh my God, I really like you. And there's nothing like that anymore. And now it's, you do these applications online, everything is AI generated, right, and you have to hope and pray that AI computer liked you and liked your responses, and then you'll go on to the next step.
I've literally taken the job description off of Indeed and plugged it into ChatGPT, and I said, take my experience and tailor it specifically to this job ad, and still nothing. I've had I've said this before. I've had McDonald's tell me, oh, well, you passed the assessment and great. And I remember texting her. I was like, hell yeah. We were excited. I was still like, you passed the assessment. We'd love to interview you. However, we don't have any time to interview you. And so we'll call you when a spot comes available. And that was months ago. I went to apply. Again, I've said this before. I went to apply at a cookout. I went to the cookout. They gave me an interview for a week in advance. I show up to the interview. I spend the first 30 minutes being explained how there's going to be a 7-week training process. Then when the interviews start and they ask me, well, tell me about your restaurant experience. I'm like, I don't have any, but I've been in management this long. And they're like, okay, well, we'll call you if we're interested. You don't have any experience. And I'm like, you literally just put me in a presentation for 30 minutes telling me how you're going to train me for 7 weeks. So what experience do I need to have if you're going to train me anyway? And so again, like JJ said, like, it's either a job, the YouTube channel, or both. Like something's going to give, but I can't, while growing a YouTube channel and, putting and hustling, making content and stuff like that wasn't getting me paid. But, at least I was doing something. I used to tell Lexi all the time, I'm working my butt off. Like I just not getting paid, but I'm working my butt off. But doing that is better than not doing, so if I was sitting in the hotel room or in our daughter's garage all day and not doing anything and just putting in applications, to me, that would have looked worse. At least I'm up and doing something, I'm working towards something. So like I said, either a job's going to come or this channel's going to blow up. Or if we're lucky, both. But, I can't sit around and not do anything. So that's why I put so much effort into this channel until, and right now, like I said, getting a 9 to 5 out of the house with her schedule in one car, like that's not going to be easy. So I try to find things that I can do from within the house. So like, I've been coaching for years. I offer coaching. I've tried doing that. Editing, I can edit, but, now, edits, there's all sorts of AIs that can do that for you now. So like, that's not as, lucrative as it used to be, a few years ago. So, all I have is my coaching to do exactly what I'm doing on YouTube for free. To, show people how to.
Read the comments, so. I left my glasses somewhere.
JJ says facts, it'll either be YouTube channel or 9 to 5 or both. And then he says hundreds of thousands over the last few years have been laid off because times are different. Exactly.
Very different.
How did Lexi find her job?
Indeed. It was one of those, I was putting in 7, 8, 10, 12 applications a day, and they happened to be the ones that were actually looking for somebody and called me back.
Yes, Nintendo, I am currently monetized. I've been monetized for a little more than a month. And JJ, I try not to hard. I try not to be, but like I said, sometimes it is hard, because I'm the man, and I hate that my wife is the one, doing things that I feel like I should be doing. She works and then she has to travel an hour away. And then, now that it's wintertime, and she gets off, she works in an area that's kind of isolated, in the back. So there's nobody, it's not really, lit up and in a popular area back in a busy area back there. So when she gets off, she's by herself, and she has to get in the car and then she has to drive an hour. And Lexi doesn't have, she's an experienced driver in the sense that, I trust her behind the wheel, but, she doesn't drive in a lot of places, you know what I mean? Like, so, she's not comfortable like in city driving. And then, and at night, like now that we're getting older, like it's harder to see and, people are erratic and stuff. So, it makes her nervous. It makes her so nervous that she literally takes the long way around to come home. She adds an extra 10 minutes
10 to 15 minutes
to her drive just because she takes a route that she's more comfortable with. And that makes me nervous, and that doesn't make me happy, and it feels bad. And then I don't know if you were around, but we put out a video, and then there were all these people that were in the comments like, "Oh, you need to find a real man, and you need to do this, and a man's supposed to do that." And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do if I can't find, like, nobody who's willing to hire me? And and people who have half a brain understand that, like, I can't go. I have to find a job that's within my expertise, like within my level, right? I can't go into a McDonald's and work for $18 an hour because you know what that manager knows that I used to know when I used to do it is that he knows that, well, this dude can make $100 grand a year. So the moment a job, if I hire him, so if tomorrow a job comes open making $100,000 a year, this guy's going to leave. And that's all that time I wasted. Now I got to hire somebody else. And a lot of jobs know that. So they don't hire you. You know what I mean? So it sucks. And, people don't understand that. They think it's just, real easy. So it is frustrating sometimes. But like I said, that's why, I take content creation serious. Like I'm always, Lexi, I'll tell you, like, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still working, planning content, doing something. Like I'm doing something to move the needle along because something's got to give. So like I said, it's either Either the job is going to come along or this channel is going to blow up. So I just can't stop. I work my ass off. I don't, the money hasn't caught up yet. But, and thank you. Like he says, Lexi is a good woman and you're a good man.
Thank you.
We try to be. Like Lexi has not, like I said, I think, and she hasn't said this and she or denied it, but, like I said, me doing something is better than me not doing anything. And then, until she says otherwise, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So, and that's all I can do. I do explain myself a lot because I do feel bad. I do, I don't like that she has to deal with what she has to deal with. If she was, there's literally a facility for her company a block and a half away. If she was there, I wouldn't feel so bad. But, she has to come, she leaves here at 7:30 in the morning and doesn't get back till 12 hours later. And I'm not comfortable with that. I don't like that. But yeah, we're going to keep on keeping on and being there for one another because,
Yep.
We're all with God. And like I said, we're working hard. And like I said, now that, Lexi's got her store going and, that's what, we're going to put energy into, and fit that into the channel, into the universe here and try to make something happen.
Everybody can have an opinion and everybody can say, oh, you should be doing this or you should be doing that or do it like this or do it like that. But until you walk the mile in somebody's shoes, how dare you? How dare you? That's how I feel about it. I leave every day and I go to work, and however, when I come home, my house is clean, dinner is cooked, Harley's been fed, she's gone out, like my house is clean, everything is organized. Like it's not, my husband doesn't just sit here and wait for me to come home and be like, well, now after 12 hours, now you're going to cook, now you're going to clean, now you're going to take care of the dog, you're going to do this, like, I don't worry about those things. So, we help each other in that way. So I could care less what anybody thinks. Honestly, it's whatever.
So, yeah. And she, she told me, she was like, there was at one point when we were in the hotel that I told her that, I was like, go stay with your son. Like, go, you don't have to be here. Like, you don't have to deal with this. And she, quite frankly, was very pissed that I said that to her. And she was like, I'm not leaving you and we're going to get through this. And she's like, you keep doing what you're doing. And, job comes, she knows, like, if job calls me and says, hey, like, here's $100,000, here's $60,000, like, come, yeah, dude, like, by all means, like, let's go, we're going to make it happen. But,
But everybody always has, everybody always knows the answer when they're not in the situation.
We are on Etsy. We are. We are on Etsy. That's where she started her business, was on Etsy. So, and we don't expect, I'm not saying that you said this, but we don't expect anybody to just buy stuff just because we did it, but if we put it out there, if you're into that kind of thing, by all means, like, I have a bunch of things on my channel. Like, you can literally, I don't know which one is what on lives, but there's super chats, there's super thanks that literally you can pay, to ask a question, or you can send money. There's ways that, people ask us different ways. How can we do this? And, I open them all up. There's, if you feel like doing it, then great. If you don't, that's great too. Like, we didn't, that's not, doing you guys being here and,
I think more than anything is building a community. When you're going through something, the more people you have, the more people that are understanding,
right,
and that are there for you, even like this, it just makes a difference. It makes a world of a difference. So that's, I think, more of what it is for us, is that, building a community, building family outside of blood family,
Yeah, because, people need to hear that it's okay to not be perfect, and it's okay to start over, and it's okay to go through things. And, because there's people that are listening to what society says, and you have to have this and this and that and whatever. and they're stressing themselves
And
out.
if you're this age, you should be doing this
Right.
by now or doing
And-
that by now. And you know, that's not life. Like
Look.
that's not how it is.
Like I said, like I said the other day, like in whatever video it was, I'm like, you're gonna experience life until the day you check out. You're gonna experience life to the day you check out. Life don't care how rich you are, how popular you are, how famous you are, black, white, skinny, brown, gay, straight. Like they don't care about none of that. You're gonna experience the ups, the downs, the ebbs, and the flows to the moment you check out. And the only thing you can do is get better at handling it. That's it. That's all you can do. So again, to pretend that everything is okay or whatever, that's false. I don't even want to make that kind of I hate watching that kind of content. Like this thing is called life. And life is life, man. Like yeah. Life is life, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. And you want to if you want to watch content because you want it to look pretty and perfect and whatever, then I'm not the channel for you. Like this is life. I come here to talk with real people who are going through real stuff, who are experiencing life and just want companions to go through it with them. People that understand, that get it, that understand the frustration and the ebbs and flows, and yeah, right. You know what I mean? Exactly. So we do what we do, and one day it'll get better, but everybody got to start somewhere. And the benefit of our starting over is that now we get to start over the way we want to. We're not stuck in lives that we are scared to maintain. We're scared to maintain because we're not, when you're, how do I want to say, like 2 years ago when we were at the beginning of this, like we were scared because we were facing all of this. We didn't gone through the hard part already. Like the hard part is over. Like God got us through that. Like that's literally, 2026 is about rebuilding and going forward from here. You know what I mean? You can't, once God gets you through something, you can't just keep reliving that. You got to move the hell on. You got to, you know what I'm saying? So we went through that. And quite literally, the benefit that we have is that we can now choose based on the knowledge that we have now and the experience that we have now, that we can build this the way we want to and not the way that people think we should. You know what I mean? So, yeah, exactly. I mean, we went through that, but we didn't go through that. We went through that. We only made it through because we had God. We only made it through because we had God. Like we went through the work and we had to put it in. I mean, he wasn't going to just give it to us. We had to put the work in. We had to take those steps, but we acknowledged that we had some divine help because we didn't just get through it. We got it through and we remained a family. And like we said in a video that started all of this, is that don't happen for a lot of people. A lot of people are not lucky.
That's the perfect opportunity to just walk away or be like, you know what, just you go that way, I go this way, and we'll figure out life, but
so I mean, we went through the footwork, and we had to take faith. What's the faith without works is death, so we had our faith, but we make no illusion that we the ones that had to go through it, but we were able to go through it, and not just go through it, but we remained the family. We remained together. Like not once did we take it out on each other. Not once did we turn on each other and point a finger and say this or that. Not one time. Not one time did we think about giving Harley up and surrendering her. Not one time. Like we were determined to get through that and remain a family. And again, by the grace of God, we did. I love those chairs. They're okay. They're probably not as comfortable as long as we've been sitting in them.
Yeah. but they're
Yeah,
good chairs.
they're good chairs. Like we I made sure that they and if anybody's big boned in this group, I don't say this to be disrespectful, but I had to make sure that they were fat people certified because your boy is a little on the plump side.
The first set we've had these chairs for over 5 years now, believe it or not. But the first set that I bought, he was like, "We don't fit in those." I was like, "What?" He's like, "That's not fat people certified." I was like, "Oh." So I gave those away. I think I gave them to Tori, and I went looking for bigger people chairs, and I found these, which are, I think I love them. Like, they have two things for cups. They have a little pouch on the side. It actually has an umbrella that you can attach to it and put over. Like, they're awesome.
Yeah. So,
they're like 5 years old.
Unfortunately, I gained a lot of weight because I was on. I never told you guys this story, but in 2018, I lost a lot of weight. Like we were exercising, I felt better than I ever did in my life. But then mentally, a lot of stuff was affecting me, and I wound up going to therapy and seeing a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist put me on psych meds. And if you don't know, one of the psych meds, 95% of psych meds, the side effect is weight gain. And within
couple months,
I gained a lot of weight. And if you're my age or older, then I know that losing weight as you get older is much, much harder. So that's what happened. I mean, it bothered me at first, but while I was on the psych meds, I was like, I'll take my mental stability over my physical appearance any day. But yeah, so that's what happened. Like I wound up on psych meds, and within months, like I gained a lot of weight. No, I had to stop taking them because I couldn't afford the doctor's appointment. As a matter of fact, I had a doctor's appointment. I had an appointment, and they called me for the copay, and I was like, I don't have it. I was like, I don't have it, and I was like, I'll call you when I do, and I never did. So, but I don't know if Lexi would agree, but I don't feel as bad as I was then. But then, like I said, I also have removed myself from a lot of situations that I haven't
that caused a lot of
that stuff. So my mother being a big part of that. So I removed myself from that. So I'm not as I feel like I'm doing much, much better even without the meds. So yeah, exactly. Said prices. He said medications are prices, and medications and stuff going to be going up. So yeah, so
Well, we got the VA now, so we're hoping to
10 more minutes, and we're gonna hop off because Lexi wants to watch this game that is on camera now, and I don't want the algorithm to be like, you're showing protective content, copyrighted content. But so 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna hop off. So it is what it is. What did you just say? He said,
I don't freaking remember.
She don't remember.
What did I just say, JJ? What did you think you heard? Maybe that'll make me remember what I said.
So, but going forward, like we're excited, man. Like I said, she said that
the VA.
Oh, VA, yeah. Luckily, so I didn't. So my military career didn't go as planned, and things happened. I wound up getting out, and I was so bitter. I was so bitter and so hurt, and so just that literally I was like, screw them, screw the government, screw the military for many, many, many years. And even over the time that Lexi and I have been together, like she's, her and our daughter, and my brother who's still, who's a veteran, they're like, dude, just go do it. Like they hurt you, they put you through this, like they need to pay, and yeah, exactly. And I didn't want to, do it. Like when I got out, I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna get a good job, I'm gonna get good benefits, I'm not gonna need crap from them, and for 20 years I never did it. But then things went the way they went the last 2 years, and her and quite recent, just a few months ago,
We got here.
when we got back to North
back here.
Carolina, and they urged me. They were like, "Please, like, for your benefit and for us, like, So I'm going through the process. So I had to register with the VA, and then my health care so far has been free. My medications have been free, and so I haven't had to worry about that for a while. So for the last few months. So when I got here, I was on a particular medication, but then I ran out, and for 2 months I didn't have it. So I was not doing as good as I could have been. And when I found out that I can go to the VA, and they were like, "Yeah, just make an, just make, just." I made an appointment, and then I told them I needed refills and meds, and they were like, "Hey, just go to the VA clinic, the hospital, and tell them you need a refill on your meds." And I went, and they did it, and they gave me enough until my appointment, which is actually on Thursday, my first appointment. So thankfully, we got that situated. So yeah, so it worked out, and so now I'm trying to get some work, get some compensation to see if my mental instabilities and physical ailments is worth any compensation, and so we'll see. So anything to help, anything we can get will help our situation going forward. So that's that's what we're working on. So, but I had to swallow my pride, and it was really rough because it was a there was a lot. I had to explain some stuff, and it was stuff that I haven't had to relive and talk about for a long time. So it quite recently this happened, and like I got really emotional, and was like, let's just say that my life hasn't always been peachy. Oh yeah, like I walk Harley multiple times a day, to get out.
She makes them go for walks.
Oh yeah, like she'll come if I'm editing or doing something, if I'm the only time that she has to like come get me to go outside is if I'm here editing, because I get into like workflow and I'm just going. But when I'm vlogging, like I don't mind. I love being out and about to vlog. Natural sunlight is just beautiful. It looks.
Yeah, she's like, sir, we need to go for a walk, and she'll ask him to go outside. Like she has to use the bathroom, but it's because she wants to go for a walk, and she makes him walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, we walk around the apartment complex, and what you've seen in vlog. I'm literally
being outside,
walking around, and it's hard because I try not. There's some sickos out there, so I can't like give too much context to where I'm at, but I try to get little stuff or whatever. So what month is your birthday?
July.
She is a July baby. Oh, you want to know something cool? Our grandson, so Lexi was born on the 9th. Our grandson was born on the 1st of July, and then can I say it?
Our next one will be
June 30th,
which is July.
Next month, actually. I am a January baby. I am an Aquarius. And if you knew my personality like fully, like you'll know that fits exactly who I am. That makes perfect sense. And I'm not even into that, zodiac crap, but like what the stereotypical they say about Aquarius fits me to the T. Another one, say what?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
yes.
excited.
We're excited. We are very excited. We love having grandbabies. So, but yeah,
When is your birthday, JJ?
Yeah, when is your birthday, JJ? I don't if we stay quiet for about 15 seconds, you'll hear Harley snoring in the background. Hold on. Of course, she's not gonna do it because when in April? My mom is on the 3rd, and my son is on the 23rd,
And your nephews.
and my nephew is on the 10th. Yeah, she is. No, Harley has a bedtime, and she always has had a bedtime. She April 8th. Did I say 8th? Yeah, April 8th.
Oh wow.
Harley has always had a bedtime.
By 8:00, when you saw her coming over here and she was laying on me, and that's her. She's ready. By 8:00 she starts.
Yeah, she's like, dude, I'm tired.
She's like, did you just take a picture of me?
Oh, that's her right now. She gets antsy. She's like, okay, I want to lay down. I want to lay down. I want to lay down.
Who's gonna come lay down with me?
And yeah, she's like, somebody needs to lay down with me. So, but anyway, we're gonna hop off because, like I said, Harley's tired. Lexi wants to watch this game, and we've been on 2 hours anyway. So I appreciate you hanging and banging with us and coming on. I know we came on a little early. But Monday, 8:00, be there, be square. We'll be on.
Thank you, JJ, for the love.
Thank you, JJ. We appreciate you always riding with us, man. Thank you, Miss Nintendo, if you're still here.
Thank
Angie,
you,
if you're
Monica.
here, or no, it wasn't Angie, it was Alice. Alice, if you're still here, Monica, we love you guys. And Monday, 8:00
Peace
Eastern
and hair
time.
grease.
And we'll see you then. Peace.